Hello there. Happy Monday. I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokic, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible, 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And for the next few weeks, I'm going to talk to you about how to listen to your body. Everybody has symptoms in their body at some point in time, and everybody has things that happen in their body that either bother them or that they notice, but and we're used to just like kind of tuning out our bodies and going on about our business, and always we're like really just working unless our bodies are really, really uncomfortable. And then we start to ask, what's wrong? And of course, a lot of people come to me after they've had a period of time where what's wrong is beginning to bother them, or they've tried to find answers to what's wrong and never really found them. And so one of the many things that I do is I teach you to listen to your body so that you can have the tools to really find what's going on with you at any given time, and to really learn to tune into those sort of more subtle signals that we get. So so part one is today, and it is about learning to tune in to the things that you already know, and to really get into those little subtle signals that your body is telling you. So like one thing that many people might notice is you already know when you're tired. I hope you do. But some people are also so busy. I remember when I was a surgical resident, I would work sometimes 80 hours in a week, and I never really tuned into when I was tired. So I would just work, because that was what had to happen at that time in my life. But since then, I actually really learned how, because of that experience of really extremely pushing myself beyond the limits of tired, I began to learn when I was tired and to learn how to tune into that and really listen. And at some point, actually, in my life, I began to have these experiences where I would get, I would work a lot, and then I would find myself getting a migraine at the time when it was time to rest, because I hadn't given myself any rest at all. And so listening and tuning in is really important, because you might get something worse if you don't tune into the more subtle signals. The first thing that I want to talk about is to tune into what you already know. So first is, if you're tired, to listen to that and see, where does it come from, and to really use the information to kind of, okay, where in your body do you feel the tiredness? What time of day do you feel that tiredness? What is it related to? Because we also sometimes don't sleep as much as we're told we need to sleep, and might actually not feel tired. I have had times where I've slept only 4 hours, or sometimes even 3 hours, and have been able to not be tired that day. So it's also, what our conditioning is that plays a role in when we tune in to something. So you might feel tired because you think you should feel tired, but you might actually just be okay doing 4 hours of sleep for a few nights and be okay with that. The other thing to listen to is that you might already know about yourself, is you might know when you're hungry. And again, this is another interesting thing to think about, is, do you get hungry because you have a craving for a certain particular food? Or do you get hungry because it's a time of day to eat something? Or do you get hungry because you really are hungry? And so there's a lot of elements involved in, figuring out, are you hungry at a certain particular time? Or are you hungry because it's time for something to happen? There are other things, like I talk about emergency symptoms. If you have a sudden sharp pain, that's your body talking to you and telling you to do something, right? If you have a sudden sharp pain, you need to figure out what that is. And that's a signal from your body that there's an emergency of some sort. And you should definitely pay attention to those. And when we have those kinds of pains, of course, we do pay attention to them. And you want to figure out what's causing it, right? So let's say you stepped on a nail and you have a sudden sharp pain in your foot. Well, of course that's going to hurt, right? And you want to get off your foot and look and see what's going on with it. And then you take that nail out if it's still there, as you understand my point. So there are things that you already know, signals that your body already gives you every single day when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you need to maybe blow your nose, or you might need to move your fingers, or you might start to feel restless if you're sitting at your chair for too long and you have to get up and start to do something. Those are all signals that your body is sending you at different times of day, and that you should start by paying attention to those. If you have that issue where you don't necessarily know when you're hungry or know when you're tired, start to really just use those two things as something that you want to tune into, so to speak. So make an effort to try to figure out, when do I feel tired? When is really what I feel tired? Some of my patients who can't sleep tell me that, they go to bed at a certain time, but they may not be tired when they go to bed. And one of the exercises for learning to get sleepy at the right time, or when learning to tune into when you're sleepy, is to not go to bed until you actually feel like you're going to fall asleep any minute, or feel like you're tired. And that helps your body get the signal, or helps your mind connect to the signal that your body's sending you. So let's say that you're watching television or something like that, and you start to fall asleep in front of the TV. That's the time that you should turn off the TV and go to bed. Or if you're reading a book downstairs, or wherever your living room is, you're sitting on a chair and reading a book and you start to feel sleepy, that's the time to go to bed. Maybe you're cleaning up your kitchen and you're doing the dishes and you're like sort of organizing the house before you get ready for bed in the evening, and you notice that you start to feel really draggy. And that's another time where, your body's giving you a signal and you should go to bed. Now, feeling hungry is an interesting thing, because some people feel hungry all the time. And some people feel hungry based on their emotions. And some people feel hungry when it is time, so at a certain time of day. And again, this is something where you can just start to observe, when do you feel hungry? And some people who have insulin resistance, or have a high, what they call leptin level in their bodies, may never know when they're hungry. And when that happens, what you want to do is, again, train your body to start to be hungry, to start to experience what hunger feels like, so that you can eat according to what your body is telling you to do. So there's all these different ways that you can tune in and learn to listen to what your body's feeling. Another example of you already knowing some things about your body is when you walk into an event and you might feel like you're anxious or nervous or excited to see the people that you're about to see. So when you walk into that event, your body gets ready too, and it feels that excitement of about to meet more people, or about to connect to other people, and your body responds to that. Or let's say somebody walks too close in your personal space. You might feel uncomfortable if somebody comes up to your personal space and is too close to you, and you might just want to back up. Those are signals that your body uses to tell you that something is happening. And again, something that you want to pay attention to. If you have any questions about this, I'm so happy to answer any questions. You can just post them in the comments. Even if I've already finished this video, which I'm going to any minute. And I look forward to sharing part 2 with you of how to tune into your body, so that you can use your body as your school, because that's what it is. I love this quote. I read it somewhere a few years ago. Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Something like that. I think I might have messed that up, but okay. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much. And I'll look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye-bye.